Welcome to my class. This is public speaking, and I'm just going to give a brief demonstration of a hometown speech, just to give you some idea how this will work. Of course, we're going to be working with speeches. You should be working from notes, not from a script, right? So I'm going to, my name is Walter Kasmer, and I'm going to talk about my hometown today. I have three main points and tell you about my hometown, Bristol, Connecticut in the U.S. First, I'm going to tell you about a museum that you can visit there. Next, I will talk about a famous person who used to live nearby. And finally, I will speak about a local festival in the fall. First of all, let me tell you about the museum in Bristol. It's called the American Clock and Watch Museum. Bristol, Connecticut was the clock manufacturing capital of the world about 200 years ago. This museum has quite a few clocks that it shows from that time period and explains about the clock industry, how it rose in Connecticut and then later declined. There's very few clock companies now in Connecticut, and certainly none that I know of in Bristol. And the museum itself is surprising because it has over 5,500 clocks, if you can imagine. So yeah, quite a large number. And then one thing to remember about this museum is it's run by volunteers, so it's not open all the time in the winter. Normally, it's open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. from Monday to Friday from April through early December. But if you want to go there in the winter, you can only go there by appointment in the mornings, right? Next, I want to tell you about a famous person who used to live nearby. I'm sure you might be familiar with him, Mark Twain. He's very famous. You probably know about, or maybe I've read The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. He wrote both of these books. Now, even though Mr. Twain was not originally from Connecticut, um, his real name is actually Samuel Clements. Mark Twain was his name that he used when he was writing. Um, he and his family lived in Hartford, which is the capital of Connecticut, from 1874 to 1891. Now, you can visit the house and museum in Hartford, and even people who are not interested in Mark Twain, you can enjoy the interior. He has a lot of antiques, especially some beautiful Tiffany lamps. And the house is a Gothic house, so it's kind of interesting itself. Finally, I want to tell you about a local festival in Connecticut in the fall in Bristol, and this is the Mum Festival. Chrysanthemum is a type of flower, and this festival is held in late September and has been held since 1962. And we have a beauty contest and a parade. Unfortunately, the reason why it was started, the flower industry is not so big now in Bristol. It's really declined, but that was originally a big industry in Bristol since the 1920s, actually. So, in conclusion, I talked about my hometown, Bristol, Connecticut. First, I talked about the American Clock and Watch Museum. Please remember that you must call for an appointment in the winter, as they're not open regular hours. Next, I spoke about Mark Twain, who lived nearby in the capital city of Hartford. Please remember that his museum, the Mark Twain Museum, is enjoyable even for visitors who are not interested in the writer, as it's a beautiful house with a lot of antiques and real Tiffany lamps. Finally, I spoke about the Mum Festival, the local festival in Bristol. Please remember that this local festival celebrates chrysanthemums, even though they are no longer a major industry in Bristol. Thank you for listening. Bye.